I'm feeling good, feeling great. How about you?
I'm feeling good, feeling great as well. If you've never tuned into Aight So Boom before, it's me and Dama. We discuss the current events of the world today. We also have a segment called Destructive Criticism, where we take songs by artists who submit them themselves and we give our fully honest opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
if we think it's whack, we're gonna say it's whack. If we think it's dope, we're gonna say it's dope. If we think it could be better, we're gonna tell you how we think it could be better. That's the way we go about this. We also have our brother Soz. Soz, what up? How you?
Good,
So
man.
Soz is gonna be helping us facilitate a lot of the topics and pulling up anything we need. Thank you guys for tuning in wherever you're tuning in, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or our OnlyFans. Shout out to the people who subscribe to our OnlyFans. Um,
Yeah.
OnlyFams. Dama, before we get into these current events, how just what's the current event? What's a personal current event in your life? How's your life, yo?
Yo, my life is dope. I just spent the whole afternoon recording with my homegirl, Lady Earth.
Shout out to
We're
Lady
working
Earth.
on our project
Is it
and
Earth or Earth?
Earth with a
Okay.
TH,
Okay.
proper
Okay.
spelling. But the lady is spelled with an I, not a motherfucking Y.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we working on our project right now, and we just did a really fire song on Craig's beat from the Beat Challenge semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is fire.
You shout out to that boy,
So
Craig.
yeah, so it's been dope. It's that beat is perfect because it's like UGK meets Pop Smoke, and she's from Houston and I'm from Brooklyn, so it's a perfect
Mm-hmm.
kind of combination.
That sounds
So
fire.
it's been a good day. Can't
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah. In my life, I'll say this is the biggest thing that happened to me so far is I got a new microphone. Shout out to good people at Shure. This is the SM7B. I fully recommend it. Shure also, if you want to sponsor me, I'm fully open to that. You know what I'm saying? You can find me at That Ninja Words wherever That Ninja Words is sold. With that said, with the personal shit out the way, let's get to the current events. So, what do we got?
All right. So first of all, this is what happened all this past week and a half or whatever. So it's just some shit I'm gonna just read off, and you guys want to comment on it? Want to talk about it? Let's do it. All right. So
Bet.
the game says 50 Cent should only be a rapper he'd battle in the verses. You want to pass? Keep it moving, or
We
want to talk?
I think we could give a little tidbit about that. I say who cares?
Word. Likewise.
You know what I'm
50
saying?
Cent, he said he's the only one that he could what?
No,
That he could
Game
beat.
Game.
says 50 Cent is the only person he would do a versus with.
All right, well good luck. I don't
Right,
know.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like that's the only person I would care if you did a versus with. So I guess you want to something. You know what I'm
There's a
saying?
couple of people that could go against Game, but if you're already coming with this cocky ass energy combined with your years of name dropping and
No,
all types of weirdness.
there's some people that could go against Game. 50 is the only one I care to watch, though. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like, if who
right.
you want to see Game versus like Wyclef? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, for what? For
I
why?
would say I was gonna say Game versus YG since they both on some
But for
like
why?
it'll be like Battle of the
Oh
Bloods.
wait, who's that? Yeah, who's that
Slugfest.
one dude that he's always fist fighting with? They always running into each other and like starting fist fights.
Snitches. Stitches.
Whoever, yo. Game versus somebody he got beef with.
I
That's who I
got
want to
something
see.
about that too, actually.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
All right.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Why
next
you
topic.
want him to play? You want him to play 300 bars?
All right. Oh, Game versus Joe Button. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. But anyway, next topic.
AR Ab allegedly stabbed in prison, and his condition is dire.
Who?
AR
AR
Ab,
Ab.
Cassidy's boy, Cassidy's
All I'm
boy.
gonna say to that is get well soon. That's all I
Yeah,
got for
Get
that.
facts.
well soon. Prayers
Okay,
and
this is a
thoughts.
big one. I think you're gonna want to stop on. Rocksteady crew, legend Crazy Legs responds to sexual assault allegations.
Eee.
Mm.
Writes a
Yo,
whole statement
This
on
is me
Twitter.
touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
yo, fam, word. Like, I want to make like a breakdancing
Yeah.
pun. I want to be like, yo, you should like pop, lock, and knot. I don't know.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, you could have pop
Pop,
locked,
lock,
but
and
you should have
stop.
dropped that.
Pop,
You
lock,
shouldn't
and
have dropped
stop, fam.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying? But
pop
I
lock
mean,
and stop taking photos of your dick.
yo, how about this though? How about this? How whack is it to be getting Me Too this late in the Me Too game, right? Like they done dealt with all of like the big dogs, and now they scraping the
You ain't
bottom of
even
the
get swept up in the first round. You
right.
know what I'm saying?
You
They
know,
taking you in like round 6 of the Me Too
like this
fucking
ain't even Me
movement.
Too. This is like me also. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is me.
Yeah, but no, but also stop doing that creepy fake whack shit. Stop it, man.
I heard that he was fucking doing like dancers and shit like that. Had to kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
work
they
their
had
way
to
up.
right to get into to get into the crew. They had to like break dance on his lap.
Wow, they had to do a head spin.
they,
They had to do the
they
worm.
did have to.
Every
But-
time I think of Crazy Legs, I think of don't stop being a menace, like with the dude with on the wheelchair.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, that's every time.
But all in
Facts.
all, yo, like that shit is whack. Be like, I hate the fact that our idols like tarnish not only your legacy, because you're not by yourself, fam. Like
Right.
like I'm not gonna talk about how associated other crews are and shit like that. But like, yo, you taking like African Bambaataa, you know what I'm saying? It's like you taking
Yeah.
other shit down with you, fam. Like, cut it out, knock it off, yo.
He definitely gave it so like everybody has a bad taste in their mouth about Zulu just because
Hit
of
the sh-
African Bambaataa and that whole
Right, hit the
situation.
showers, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Take a break. You know, like cut that shit out. All right, let's go to
It's
the next topic.
unfortunate.
Real quick, Angel said his third leg is the crazy one. That was great. That was
That's
great.
bars.
Shout out to Angel Bars. Let's go to the next topic.
All right, so Eminem obviously dropped his music to be murdered by a side beat.
So
Yeah,
we
we didn't listen to this, right?
But we
I didn't.
I will admit I listened to like 3 songs, but you don't need to listen to an Eminem album to be able to talk about it. Let me guess, he's angry, right? He's got some things to get off his chest, I bet.
There's a chip
It's shit
right
about
here,
subliminal
right on
shit.
his shoulder.
Maybe
Subliminal
he's got
shit,
some beef with a pop star.
You know
Yeah.
what's crazy?
Machine Gun Kelly again.
Is that new song that's on it with the beat switch up?
Probably.
That's on that album.
It's
with
the one
with the
It's the
video
one
that
where
you
he's
just put out?
rapping. He's got this. It's the song where he's rapping fast, and you know, he says things that people shouldn't say, and also he has an angry voice. That's the one.
Oh,
That's the
and he
song
also raps really, really fast to let
Right.
you know that he could.
right. But then he slows it down at the punchline. He's like, but it's a. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, that's the punchline. I got you. Yo, shout out.
Right, we always have this conversation, especially online, when we're like, listen, Eminem is respected rapper in hip hop, right?
He is.
But he's also not the rapper that like you're at a party and somebody comes in like, yo, fucking,
Put on that Eminem.
Put on that Eminem. You heard that new Eminem?
Yo.
And it's always like such a like reference that I always use and lean on. But the other day, my homeboy was having like a little, you know what I'm saying, like private little concert
soiree
in this house. It was like a soiree. We was sitting outside, you know what I'm saying, like smoking and whatever. And dude rolls up, right, and literally says, "You guys heard that new Eminem?" And I was like, "Wow!" I could no longer say that never happens because it just did.
Facts.
So,
yo,
drunk white girls at parties too. Drunk white girls at parties.
You think that's something? I feel
like it's drunk, angry white boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have a couple of friends that we know that like would really switch out whatever's playing and be like, nah, listen.
I feel like if you put
guys
Eminem,
gotta put it on.
If you'll put Eminem on at a party, you've also punched a hole in the wall at one point in time in your life.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You've been the toxic person in more than one relationship. You know.
You definitely like just choked out your girlfriend yesterday for sure, or your mom, like whatever, like. Because nobody feels that way at a party to like need that right then and there. But if you do, then you going through some shit for sure. You got some sheetrock on them knuckles.
Yeah, but this is how I'll encapsulate my feelings about any new Eminem album. He can rap. We get it. You know, like you can rap exceptionally well. You haven't released a song that I wanted to make somebody else hear in a long time, though, fam. Like, you know, when you hear a song that's dope and you're like, yo, I can't wait to share this with my peer group so they can think I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, have you heard that new Kendrick Lamar? I have.
Right.
You know,
I'm still showing off the Kendrick Lamar from 2017. Like it's
right. You find
like
somebody
if
who
you haven't heard every
yeah.
song, like you need to hear this part B of this song right here. Like,
right. Eminem's legacy is so bad. I don't even feel like proud to show off like deep cuts that people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, have you ever heard this Eminem song? Have you ever heard Stimulate? And people were like, no. And then like, well,
I guess the time for that is now over. So
Right, you know.
you'd have to be going into a certain bag in the night to whip out one of those, like those battle rap era joints and fucking like nailing the coffin and shit like that. Like
Right.
I would play that for somebody that definitely has no idea who Eminem was and whatever they can, like how him and G Unit was like running 2003. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like
Right.
that's a song that I would play for that demonstration. But other than that, it's like
Yeah.
yeah.
He still made Lose Yourself, which is still one of the greatest hip hop songs.
I've always hated that song.
Really?
Yeah, I've never liked Lose Yourself. I don't like motivational songs that sound like they're meant to motivate and like they're like it was just too obvious for me. Like it's like I never liked like
Have you never been
can do it.
nervous, but on the surface you're calm and ready to drop
Right.
bombs?
Mom's
But you keep
spaghetti.
on forgetting what
Mom's
you wrote
spaghetti.
down. The whole crowd goes so loud. That's never happened to you.
It has, but that song don't help me with it.
I got it,
That song,
okay.
if anything, probably gives me more anxiety.
Dama's-
like I'll be like, oh fuck, my palms weren't even sweaty. Now I'm fucking over here, palms is sweaty, smelling like mom's spaghetti over here.
Dama's like, I
fucking-
would rather hear Anti Up.
I would rather hear
Facts.
Annie Up. I would rather hear any Biggie song. I would rather hear a Dear Mama. I don't know. Anything would make me feel better than fucking Lose Yourself. There's a lot of Eminem songs that I love and respect for sure. Like I was definitely a fan back in the day, but Lose Yourself always felt like, yeah, you can do it.
And what's funny is like that's something you could say to somebody to disrespect them, right? Like if there was a motherfucker like talking shit at you, like, yo, go lose yourself, fam. You know what I'm saying? You only
lose
get
yourself in the moment. You fucking
you only get one shot. Go lose yourself.
don't
You
miss
missed-
your chance to blow. Get the fuck out of here. Suck a dick.
Yeah,
All right.
Oh, dick.
Let's go to the next topic.
All right,
Oh,
so
shit.
Lil Wayne reportedly sold Young Money catalog for $100 million in this past June.
So this is a complicated situation because he's also going to jail, right? So my
How long is he
hypothesis,
going to jail for?
yo, he got caught with a golden gun. Like this was golden eye.
The fuck?
No way.
You know, yeah, he got caught. He got caught with a gun, maybe on his tour bus. I don't know the details, but he got caught with a gun. Federal gun charges. They were gonna send him away to jail. He gets sentenced on January 24th, I believe, or some shit like that. But and then he sells his entire music catalog for $100 million, like right before he goes to jail. So I'm like, is this like some sort of extortion shit? Where like somebody's like, yo, we got you. We're going to send you to jail away for a long time unless you pay $90 million. Or is it just like, he's like, I'm going to need that money because I'm going to be in jail and I don't want to be in jail without.
And this
liquid
catalog
assets.
is worth more to me liquid than it
Right.
would whatever royalties I'll be fucking collecting from it. It's definitely like, if you're talking about your own catalog, it's definitely the equivalent of like selling a used car with like 30,000 miles on it for double the price that you paid for it type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a bad business move because his masters is not really, his old masters is not really moving right now anyway.
Hold
you know
up,
what I'm saying?
Dama. There's more. Allegedly, inside of this collection of masters is not only his masters, he's also sold the masters of one Nicki Minaj and also one Drake. Yeah, man. So he didn't sell just only his masters. He sold Young Money's masters as well. Also Tiger probably too, but like, you know.
Yeah, and fucking the other guy got her, homie, grocery bags.
They probably
That
got Tiger's
guy.
masters and it was like, you can keep those.
Right. If I was Drake, I'd be like, whatever, I don't care. Like, this is
Right,
fucking
'cause-
peanuts.
Yeah.
But if I'm Nicki Minaj, then I'd be like, yo, you're bugging. Like, that's crazy. But
Right,
that's also what she doesn't own them anyway.
Right.
If he
Wayne
can
did.
sell them, that means that she ain't fucking own them anyway. So.
Yeah.
Like-
Wayne owns them, yeah. But I mean, it's like, you know, those are your peoples allegedly, and like you sell their masters. Who did he sell them to? So do you know? Do we get the information?
No, I could look it up though if you want me
Universal
to.
or Warner.
It's probably Universal.
Universal Music Group.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, you know, and that's so fucked up in the music industry because it's like, did he even offer them a chance to get them at? But also that might have been the selling point. Like his old masters might be worth a certain amount, but they know that those Drake masters and even those Nicki Minaj masters might be worth more to them than Lil Wayne.
What you're going to be hearing a lot of is Wayne, Nicki, and Drake back in the day songs being used in movies, like movies, commercials, whatever they got going on. This is now like public domain for them. Like they can just use it.
It's like when Michael
So,
Jackson died and the Beatles catalog became available to use. You heard that shit next day, like the day after
right.
commercials was out, were like coming together. You know,
Right, yeah.
His ex-manager is also suing him for $20 million.
who's his ex-manager?
Ronald E. Sweeney.
Oh, that no, I don't know. I don't know. I
Speaking of
mean,
managers, should we touch on the Chance
oh,
situation?
let's pivot. Word. Speaking of ex-managers, Chance the Rapper, I don't know if you guys noticed, he's separated from his manager for since 2012, Pat the manager.
Hmm.
And Pat the manager is suing him for $3 million and to initiate a sunset clause in which he gets revenue from his career, I think for the next 2 or 3 years. Because and he also shit on his album. He was like, yo, the big day was, he said it was lackluster. He said Chance did a horrible, didn't take it serious in the studio.
Rushed freestyle
Right.
project.
Yeah,
Like,
he said his attention was divided because he was getting married and he was trying to rush out an album. He told him not to do it, and they put it out without his managers knowing about it. And then so they broke up. They got divorced. And now he's suing him.
and Chance replaced him with his family, and then released the album and tried to go on tour with it, but tickets weren't selling to the point where he was selling
Word.
them 2 for 1 for
Word.
concert tickets.
And it still wasn't going on. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they ended up just canceling the tour, and then whatever press he did was basically like the apology circuit
Now
of
he's
like,
on the Fat Chance tour. No, he's like, give me a second chance. Nah, any of these.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I've never been like a huge Chance fan. Like we was talking about this before. Like my favorite Chance the Rapper stuff was definitely Life of Pablo.
His verse
So
on Action Bronson's joint was hard body too.
yeah, that was cool. Shit like that was cool. Definitely the collabs and shit. But it's like all that, like, I don't know. Some about his whole disposition became very like holier than thou. So
Word.
it just is like,
I fucks with Chance though, yo. Like I fucked with 10 Day, I fucked with Acid Rap, I fucked with Coloring Book, I fucked with a lot of the shit that he put out before. But the Big Day, yo, it was just, it was something missing on it. It was like, you know what it was? It was the perspective of an optimistic newlywed. You know what I'm saying? Where you think shit is all good. You like, oh, I'm gonna marry my wife. We love each other. We're the best couple that's ever been. And it's like anybody who's been in a relationship, like that don't feel real to you. That don't feel like honest to you. Like, tell me why you hate her, because you do sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like this is the closest person in the world to you. Obviously, they push your buttons. Where's that? Like,
and y'all been together since what? Fuck, y'all know each other since high school. Like, you know,
right.
You don't have to like get detail. Like, it's like you could pull from different bags. Like, I feel like a lot of rappers get lost in the sauce of like, I have to only rap about what exactly I am doing right now. And like, it's like nobody wants to hear about your 9 to 5 lifestyle. Nobody wants to hear about like a million songs about you just getting married. Like, there's ways that you could talk about love and marriage and whatever
that you could
without
be creative.
being like, yo, I'm married and I love my wife.
I'm marrying my best friend.
Yay. It's like you can do that too, but it's like pull from different places. Like rap is art. Like you could write different kinds of songs if you get creative with it. You know, you could talk about your fears and shit like that. Like there's a lot of perspectives you could go into.
But also his perspective was just like, it was just crazy positive. Like, this is definitely going to work. Like, I'm marrying my best friend. We're the greatest couple. And it's like, that doesn't feel real to anybody.
No, it doesn't.
Because like, everybody knows you got beef. Like, that's why Lemonade works. You know, that's why Adele could set fire to the rain. That's why Eminem works, because it's like, yo, we know more about Kim than we know about Chance's wife. I don't even know her name. B, like, you know what I'm saying? I know she's Chance's wife. Like, that's how you present it to us. So
remember when Mary J. Blige became happy and then started releasing, she stopped releasing heartbreak music and started releasing happy music, and we were like, yo, I really don't care that you like what you see when you're looking in the mirror. Like, talk to me about what's the 411.
Yeah, B, like,
you know what I'm saying? You're going down. Like, what's really good? Like,
I'm going.
No, and it's like you could be. I feel like I don't know. I feel like people want to be too much in the honesty bag. Like, I get that you're happy and that you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean that, like, I'm not saying like, yo, really, your relationship is gonna fail, my G, and like this is just a fucking timestamp.
Yeah, that's not what we saying at all.
Stupid, you know what I'm saying? But
give us the honesty.
Give us the honesty, because it's not real, and if it is, then you're just naive. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
because
Because real relationships are work and time and
yeah,
effort and compromise and shit like that. And it's like there's obviously you need to be more happy than sad in general. Like that's healthy. But I
yo,
also don't like when people rub shit in your face, like my friends are better than yours, my
yeah.
relationship is better than yours, like in this kind of way of like I know how to do it right. It's like you're not even of
Because
the
then when
age where you could
right.
teach. Like
Cause
relax.
then when all that falls apart, you look stupid, B. Like it's like
Hmm.
cause not to say it always falls apart, but like life is hills and valleys, B. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
nobody stays up forever. You up and then you down and you up and then you down. That's how it works. And
that's the waves.
we not this kind of podcast, but here's some relationship. Like here's a gem for you, B. When people say relationships are work, they mean like that they are work, and the work starts after the love fades. You know what I'm saying? Like after those butterflies and all that shit isn't like the reason you're still with this person anymore. Like
Hmm.
that's the work. It's like to look at this person and choose to be with this person every day and to choose to accept everything that goes with those choices. That's work. It's work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's I want to hear
But
that in the
also,
record.
if you find yourself working all the time,
Oh yeah.
all work and no play,
Right,
that's
right, right.
also not good. You
It's
know what
gotta
I'm
be
saying?
teamwork.
Because teamwork makes the dream work. Because some motherfuckers will have you dead miserable, and you'll be like, "Why am I
Right.
so miserable?" And because relationships are work, and it's like you
Right.
can't be all fucking work. And I hate this job.
Like they're work. They're work. They're
They
not
don't pay me
slavery.
enough to be here. The fuck?
Yeah. All right. Next topic.
G Herbo is
Next
facing.
topic.
Yeah, okay. But it was interesting because it's about a sampling.
Okay.
Sampling statement. Statement. So he got fraud charges. So it's kind of interesting, I think.
I don't think anything G Herbo does is going to be interesting to me.
No,
but-
the sampling
Let's
part.
wait. Let's wait 5 years
Okay.
and see if G Herbo's interested.
Who did he sample? Did he sample somebody?
I guess something from Dipset. So like I guess I don't know if it was
Which
Rolls.
Dipset member? Which
It
Dipset
doesn't
song?
specifically
I mean,
say.
I believe
It's on the
Dipset. That's
co-produced.
I believe Dipset.
that's my
I
point. I
stand with
believe
Me
Dipset.
too. Dipset. Okay.
Believe
Next-
#believe Dipset always.
Okay, this is an interesting, weird one. Ti calls spending quality time with his daughter's thought prevention hours.
First of all, Ti and his daughter's whole shit is mad weird.
Yeah.
This is the second time or third time that we hearing about some weird shit about him fucking policing his daughter's twat. Newsflash: you're not gonna be able to do that forever. Eventually, and probably already.
The more
you
you
can't stand at the gates. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. The more you do it, the more you're not doing it, fam.
yeah, like stop, bro. That's and it's like no matter what you do, like the fact that you publicly always talking about it and like thought prevention, there is no preventing the inevitable. If you're gonna be a thought, you're gonna be a thought. If you're gonna have a thoughting hour and the sun rises and sets on it, then that's what's gonna fucking happen.
But also,
what you're not gonna do is
let
prevent
your
the
daughter be a
inevitable.
thought, fam. Like, yo, you think your wife wasn't a thought at some time? She was in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? Yo, but also, and this is the thing that kind of bugs me out, right? It's like, you're not wrong, but you're definitely not right. It's like, yes, spending time with your children will help them make better choices. Period.
Yes.
Up and down. So why? That's all you have to say. Spending time with my daughter will help her make better choices. This whole focusing it on her sex life is where it gets weird, fam. Like, yo,
Absolutely.
you're too focused on your daughter's sex life. You're too controlling over your daughter's sex life. All you can do is make sure she's not an idiot. You know, you make sure she's not a fool.
Make
After
sure
you
she
do that-
knows her father and doesn't have the kind of like issues that make you search for a male presence. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Right.
the right thing that you're doing in that situation. Like it's like, yo, I'm spending time with my daughter so she doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So she knows how a
Right.
man is supposed to treat her, how a man
Right.
treats
So
her
she
mother.
knows that I tell her she's beautiful. So she knows men are supposed to tell her she's beautiful and not that she got a fat ass or not that she like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
when you
also,
talk about thought prevention, you're also kind of disrespecting your daughter by like basically saying like, yo, if I don't stick around this bitch 24/7, she's gonna be out here sucking dick for a living. It's like,
right.
yo, give her some credit too to make the right decision. And you know what I'm saying? Fall back a little bit on saying things like that. Like it is really weird. Like you want some like you're your daughter's chastity belt trying to fucking swipe all the dicks away. Like it's not that
it's not a
deep.
good look, fam. It is not a good look. You know. Also, like I feel like there's a part of this is him saying it specifically because he has this podcast now. You know, he's like, oh, when I talk about my daughter's vagina, it gets views and clicks. So because he knows he learned his lesson. Like the last thing he said, he had to apologize and all that shit. So him saying that now is just, I feel like it's part of it's like, look over here, look at my show, you know?
Right.
I don't respect it.
Yeah, I don't like that. Find a different shtick. This isn't working.
All right, this one's kind of cool. DJ Screw is getting a biopic in development at Sony Pictures.
I seen a preview of that.
How was it?
It looks amazing, and I hope DJ Screw gets his just due, man. For
Me
real,
too.
it looks really good. DJ Screw is the man. Like, I've learned so much about that whole shit since living in Texas, and it's like some of the most fire music I ever heard, and that lifestyle is just so sick. I definitely can't wait to see it.
Something that I haven't heard you guys probably comment about, because we haven't done this in a while, was the Tyson fight and the Jake Paul and Nate Robinson fight. If you want to address that,
didn't we address that in the potluck?
Oh, the potluck. You did. No, you did. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
We did. But wait, the whole DJ Screw thing. I want to say I love biopics made by like legends who don't really get a lot of shine like they should. I just hope they do it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope it's not a cash grab. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. And I love musical biopics, period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, unless it's the Aaliyah Lifetime musical biopic, that was just an abomination.
Right.
I hope they just take that away from TV.
All right, so any of you watched the Verzuz battle this past week with Too Short and E40?
Yo, I'm kind of over Verzuz battles, B.
Me too.
You know, Craig was just saying that the other day. We were talking about how it's kind of been whack ever since it became like a big production, and it's like, you know, the difference of it really was that back then, like, you saw both of their screens and you kind of saw them feeding off of each other. So like, I'm in my studio, I'm in my domain where all my songs are, and like, oh, you just played this? Well, I got something for you. And then you see the artist that created this song search for the song and find it and pull it up, and like, it's a surprise to all of us in that moment. Whereas like when you see them like sitting there near their DJs and like with mics and like super like, yo, like superstar shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same energy, it's not the same vibe. And then they kind of perform, and it's more battle-y now, even though it's meant to be more showing love now than it was then. But back then it felt like love and appreciation, where now it just feels like y'all are trying to like outdo each. It's weird.
And it's also my shit is like, you're just doing too many of them too quickly, you know? Like, it's like a Tyson fight. It's like if you had one every week, it wouldn't be that exciting, you know? It's like, what was the last one they did? It was one that people actually cared about. Fucking whatever, yo. But it's like
Gladys Knight. I mean, Gladys Knight and
no, I think there was another one right before that was like two rappers that but
Young Jeezy and Gucci is the last one that
Young
really
Jeezy and Gucci, man. And it's like the build up to that was pretty big. It was two people who you like felt like some way about. There was a story behind why these two people were battling each other, right? So it's like what E40 and Too Short, it's like, yeah, that's a cool idea, but there's no story behind it. There's the promo is just the fact that it's happening. There's no like,
and they're from the Bay.
Right. It's like, oh, they're neighbors, so we're gonna like put them together, you know? Like you could do like vignettes of them talking about each other, or something to invest me emotionally if I'm not already a fan of these people. Because like, not for nothing, like E40, I know he's dope and I know he's big in the Bay. Too Short, I know more about the E40, but it's like, I'm not a fan of either of these artists to the point where like this excites me. So like the premise of a Verzuz should excite me over them if that doesn't work, and it doesn't at this point, you know? It's like, it's like, I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna play their hits, they're gonna dance to it, and that's gonna be it. Now, if it was like more rooted in the story, more rooted in like them talking to each other about shit, like the DMX and Snoop Dogg Verzuz was lit, and it was lit because you saw an admiration between two artists that you didn't even know existed before. When you saw DMX,
it was weird. It was a weird one. It made like no sense, but it made all the sense.
DMX rapping Snoop Dogg's lyrics was like the highlight of the whole shit. I was like, oh, wow.
And it's also because DMX and Snoop Dogg are both, like, DMX is like almost hard to watch sometimes. Like, he's very intense. Like, his whole energy is like really like a lot to watch. And then Snoop Dogg is always fun to watch. Like, no matter what he's doing, he's gonna be slick at the mouth. He's gonna say something funny. It's gonna be entertaining. It was super fun to watch. Like, right. That was a good one. But honestly, my favorite ones, because I haven't seen all of them, not even close. But my favorite ones was John to Austin and Neo, and Beanie Man and Bounty Killer.
And Bounty Killer. That shit was fire.
That shit was too lit. That shit was too, because that was the first one when they were together in the room. They went
Right.
off and did a real fucking sound clash.
The
That was
cops
fire.
came and tried to shut it down, which is the most Jamaican party shit that could ever happen. And
Right.
then they didn't shut it down, which is also the continuation of the situation.
That's what makes it. Yep,
Right.
exactly.
But all in all, it's like I want but like Beanie Man and Bounty Kelly, like there's a story there. Like when they put
Yes.
Nelly and Ludacris in the same room together, it's cool. Like it's not a bad idea. But what's the story here? Like why do I
But I
care?
like Nelly and Ludacris because it was still in the era of them having the internet things. I think that was the last one that was like that. And we're watching. There's so many things going on, but what we're really watching is like Nelly, who we're also rooting for because he's like the underdog in that
Yeah.
situation, but like lose internet connection
Oh
and
yeah.
fucking like shit is fucking like it felt real still in that moment. And it's like now you're also playing those songs, remembering those songs, and knowing that Nelly is probably not gonna win, not with Luda's hits. But
Yo,
you
King
still
Car-
kind of root for him, you know?
Carnage said Elmo versus Kermit the Frog. The funny thing about that is I did see a rap battle. What was that show that Method Man used to host where they would have like celebrities rap battle each other? It was like Kermit the Frog versus somebody. That's how I knew that hip hop was no longer the rebellious music that it once was. The moment you see a Muppet rap battling another Muppet on primetime television is like, this is not the counterculture anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like we have reached the point of saturation. And yeah, next topic.
Yep.
All right, so this is a big one. Music concert industry reportedly lost 20 billion from COVID this past year.
Also, duh.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
a part
yeah.
of that. I'm a part of that demo for
Oh,
sure.
motherfuckers aren't going to concerts in a pandemic?
Yeah.
Shocking. Like
Yeah.
who thought that was news that needed to be
That's
like
so much money lost when you think about everybody that had to get paid, all the things, all the items that had to get bought, like all the things that didn't happen, like the amount of money that people make in any given city when there's a big concert going on is insane. So yeah,
yo, there's some communities that's their whole income is based on that shit, right? Like
Austin is one of them.
Austin with South by Southwest, even like in the West Village in New York City, if the Halloween parade doesn't happen, so many businesses don't cross over into the black. You know,
Yep.
for those who don't know, the black is when they're making money, the red is when they're losing money. But
Right.
like in New York City, like because the tourists didn't come, so many industries don't, like, you know, Broadway fucked up, restaurants fucked up, movie theaters fucked up. All that shit is done. So it's like it's just weird to highlight just music and concert venues. It's like, yes, everybody's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, we all get robbed, and the motherfucker's telling you like about what he got robbed specifically. It's like, yes, we was all there.
We
fam.
all got fucking robbed, man.
Right.
South by Southwest, I was talking to a big venue owner out here recently, and like the amount of money they lost is incredible. But what's crazy is that like there's a lot of sharks in the water in these situations that want to buy venues up, buy small owned venues just to shut them down, or like shut down the whole block. Like it's like some evil next level shit where it's like, yo, I can afford to like just put everybody out of business for fun. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
Wow, that's
collecting
weird.
off of that. So it's
Right.
like music venues, especially in cities like this where they're completely relying on that all year round. Like people make money enough to survive for the whole year during
And then
South
they
by.
and yeah, and then they make it, and yeah, right.
So yeah, it's a big loss. So it's fucked up because it's like a lot of those things like movie theaters or Broadway theaters, stuff like that. They're gonna be fine. Like they're not gonna get shut down.
Some of them already closed.
Yeah, some of them will close, like, but the big business ones, like,
Yeah.
they'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, they'll figure it out. But smaller places that really just rely on that, they're done.
Yeah, facts.
Plus sponsorships, all of that shit.
Speaking of being done, I think it's time we get into some destructive criticism. What do you think, Dama?
I'm with it.
Real quick, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five are to receive a 2021 Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. That's pretty cool. Just wanted to say that.
As they should.
As they should. They should have
As they
been.
should. Right in time for the opening
been.
of the Universal
Been long
Hip Hop
overdue.
Museum.
Yo, give Jay-Z a Lifetime Achievement Award too. You fucking Grammys. Anyway, let's get into this destructive criticism. If you don't know, Destructive criticism is a segment of the show where we get artists to send us their music. We listen to it, for as long as we can stand, and then we give a very, very honest opinion of how we perceive it. If we think it's a joke, we will joke about it. If we think it's dope, we will tell you that it's dope. If we
Yeah.
if you think that the verses are good but the beats need work, that's what we'll say. You get the point. All right, so shout out to my boy Lyle. He sent this to me on my Facebook. This is called Rare Candy.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Oh, Rusty. Okay.
Top notch video work.
Words dirty, words dirty. Richard didn't really know it. Came from a poet, and that's why I hit you in the worst way. What? I don't give a fuck. If I peek at you, yeah, you wiggle these nuts. My Blastoise, ate a rare candy. She made mad noise, fancy. I'm like Jamie Foxx in a bellhop pantry. I am your conscience, understand me, but going through this difficult stage. Lost family, reunited. But love can't divide it. Yo, they try to say Maxine's wig was lopsided. Had a BC, love my brothers, no McGreevy. Second player always used to be Luigi. Used to drink and pull and string, and now I cop a Fiji. Switching speeds like Keanu Reeves in the movie. Tap your back, like, did you see that? Yo, who is he? Raised on Reggie Buster Fuji's. Kevin Smith movies. You could catch me building with Tahuti. Thoughts are dope, thought not your ghost. Never lie, no more lie on your wanted poster like that. I don't give a fuck. If I peek at you, yeah, you wiggle these nuts. They must have taught her well. Daughter to a mother, I'm a brother to a sister. So Lyle, expect respect before I kiss you. Mission from afar on the beach, and a phantom within reach of your beach. Made me speak with more manners, por favor. To ghetto master, so much more. Perhaps could have a family biz if under tour. Grant writer, honey, saliva, Godiva. Native to the land of the Nile, crack a smile, pure passion. Keen sense of fashion. If I happen to see that X-Men were clashing. Buck 50, saber tooth slashing. Wolverine, Psylocke, psychic knife travel to the hypothalamus and what have you. Sacrifice my karma for the concept to grab you. I don't give a fuck. If I peek at you, yeah, you wiggle these nuts. What? I don't give a fuck. If I peek at you, wiggle these nuts. Hoes and tricks. Back at it while I'm taking a shit.
Considerable amount.
Like the beat on.
Alright. Yeah, that beat is.
Yeah, you can stop it. All right, so that was Lyle. I you know what? I don't know if I've ever said your last name out loud. Amolayo. You can't unmute. Hold on. But we may or may not get to you, but we are going to talk about your video. That was Rare Candy. Positive things about it. The beat is fire. The beat is super fire. The video, I like the visuals of it all. I'm like a weird black nerd dude, so like I fucks with all that weird black nerd shit. The verses were solid, super solid. The chorus was super fun, right? Criticisms about it, I'll say. I think the chorus and the beat don't complement each other in a way that like makes them both better. You know what I'm saying? Like I was having fun with the chorus, but I was vibing with the beat, and it was like making me feel two sort of different things at one time. I think there's a solution in there with the mixing of the chorus. Like I think some way, somehow the chorus or maybe if it wasn't as animated, because like the language is animated, right? Like Jigglypuff and like Wiggly's nuts and like taking a shit and look back at it, like all that shit is already funny. So like the voices aren't necessarily needed to make it funnier, right? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you deliver a joke, you don't always have to deliver it in a joking way for people to know that it's like some silly shit. But other than that, it was a solid song. I liked it.
Yeah, a lot of the same kind of sentiments. I definitely like the beat visual. That chorus was weird as fuck, but when I heard it the second time, I'm like, okay, in a certain kind of state
It
of
grows
mind,
on you.
it grows on you. Like it's like when I first heard, like, I was like, I would never listen to this. But then when I heard it the second time, I'm like, okay, if I'm with a certain group of friends and we're doing certain kinds of activities that are
Drugs.
so fun that allow for this kind of weirdness to enter the realm, then I could see myself like singing along with it. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely cool. Yeah, it was like super animated for a beat that was like super smooth. Which like there were certain things in there that reminded me of like MOP, because it was like a lot of like blah 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 blah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Where,
right.
like I was like, whoa, I don't know if I was ready for that, but yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Super cool. All right. Let's go to the next joint.
And the visuals were very good in the editing.
Yo, the
I
facts.
like that. Yeah,
I also like the
visuals are fire.
vibe of like just some dudes hanging out in the city having fun. Like that's some shit I think we all could
Yeah.
relate. Fucking rugged and raw. Kaiser.
It's okay, you got something to get off your chest? Yeah, I got something to get off my chest. Well, schedule your appointment then.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful time. We got a great show for you. All my lovely ladies. What up, homie? What up, bro? Evening, bitch.
I feel B-born, soaking all the afterbirth. Don't take my word for it, check me out in action first. Roll the dice against me, come up snake eyes. I'm a man about to make a sudden stop with no brake lights. Catch me in between thick thighs, cause they save lives. If I have a chick on the side, I call her steak fries. I'm headline news, you on the bottom left of page 5. Who got the most loyal fans? The answer's in a stage dive. Time to separate the realest and the bluffest. Who got the most resolve as opposed to who the toughest? Some got that one thing that they doing in abundance. I'm trying to be measured all around that circumference. Don't got a string of hits or 100,000 flows, but ask who worth the money when they put together shows.
Look at that shot
Pretend
glass.
I like me now before the legend grows. When I finally break, I'm blocking numbers on my phone. Once I don't fucking need you, then I'm really good at ghosting. My social media drive from inconsistent posting. Don't interpret my out of sight and out of mind is coasting. Just stocking up the dynamite to make more an explosion. Place my throne in the stubble and erosion. Sitting slouched with my crown and my nuts all in the open. Played it close to the chest, no one saw the plan in motion. Just dove in head first, didn't bother with a Trojan. I'm creeping up on the mind. I'm creeping up on the mind. I'm creeping up on the mind. Ain't nobody saw it coming. I'm creeping up on the mind. I'm creeping up on the mind. I'm creeping up on the mind. Ain't nobody saw it coming.
Okay. I like the energy of him making it look like as if the car is wilding at the end when you know it's like not even doing nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? I love the way he came in. Like the way he came in, his vocal presence was definitely there. The beat is there. I like the concept of that. Like I always like those kind of concepts of the video of like, thank you. Of like, I don't give a fuck. I'm rugged and raw. I'm eating this fucking chicken sandwich in the back, sipping out of these fancy glasses and shit. And I'm, you know what I'm saying, wilding out. I like that. But I felt like the verse was like too long with the same kind of flow. So I got a little tired on the ears for me. But in general, I think the energy was there. Like I would have liked for like maybe that little chorus chant at the end to come a little earlier, maybe, or maybe have some kind of a break where there's some kind of a beat drop out and then the verse comes back in, like something to kind of give you a break because I got a little tired of it.
Facts. So yeah, the things I liked about it is Rugged and Raw could rap his fucking face off. He's got like a vocal presence that's just like in your face, right? Love that shit. The editing of the video I thought was a bit spastic and not to the benefit of the video. Also there was like a loose story element that never really like goes anywhere, right? Like he steals the limo from homegirl. He goes to KFC, but he's not eating KFC. And it's like, it feels like somebody who like was making a video, but had like constraints on it and was trying to just like figure out what they could do. Him when he was like looking out the window and you could tell it was obviously like green screened or whatever, some shit like that, you just can't help. But it's like all of that kind of took me away from it. I think the video idea is fantastic. I think the song is dope too. I don't know if they go together, right? Because like I was looking at the video, but I wasn't really listening to the verse. And I was like, damn, like this video should make me listen to the verse more than I already would. So like I felt that sort of way. Also, the chorus I thought was a weird structured way, right? Because it's like the high part of it was the beginning part of the chorus, but the end of it was like lower because he was like, I'm creeping up on the man. Ain't nobody.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like it should be the other way around. Like I'm creeping up on a man. Ain't nobody saw it coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that would have hit. Like you want to like, it's a jab and then the hook. Like it's not the hook then the jab. But yeah, other than that, like I think all the ingredients by themselves are super solid. I think the idea for the video is super solid. I think Rugged and Raw is a dope rapper. I think the chorus is a good chorus, but I don't think this together, what's put together is as solid as they are individually. The pieces are more than the sum of the whole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. What else we got?
I'm putting some links.
I know. I see D. We got Zepps actually.
Shout out to Zepps. He's submitted stuff before.
It gets real hot out here in Stockton. It was 105 the other day. Fahrenheit. Not Celsius. I think I just hit the mic with my hand. We'll keep that. That's natural. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens in the studio. Things happen.
Zepps has an excellent voice, though.
Yo, Sonic Boom with the tunes I deliver like God. All my goons in the room with that lyrical style. Walk the miracle mile with the visible smile. Filled with love that I'm giving my child. Wow, Sultana, la muñequita, muy bonita. Go to Regal Cinemas and catch a nice feature. Taco City after guacamole and carnitas. Symposium vibes, bring my mamacita. Date night, it's time to take flight. Make sure that my baby girl is raised right. Hip hop, anti-venom in case of snake bites. Mental stay sharp, my brain's a steak knife. Leave the house, go to Huddle for work. If you're doubting the kid, that's when your bubble can burst. Went to Stockton to live, they said there's trouble at first. But now, they're really loving this verse. Stay cool, cause I got that Delta breeze. That Delta breeze, yeah. I love Stockton, don't care if no one else agrees. No one else agrees. It ain't nachos if you don't melt the cheese. Don't melt that cheese. The art's gonna shine. Give me a second helping, please. Delta breeze. Yo, these are rhymes from the heart, I ain't making this up. Good friends, GF when I'm baking my crust. AF, all fresh, I ain't faking it, what? People look at me funny cause I be taking the bus. But I never learned how to drive. I'm from Brooklyn, happy that I made it out alive. I gets it in, animal style. Devour fries, the mic, that is where my superpower lies. Watch me renovate plans. Yup, then generate brands. King with the heavy crown, better make plans. Resonate jams and we elevate dance. I'ma do what I can, watch the brother try. I will make my mark, forget those other guys. I went from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Now you can see me flutter by. Stay cool cause I got that Delta breeze. That Delta breeze, yeah. I love Stockton, don't care if no one else agrees. No one else agrees, no one else agrees. It ain't nachos if you don't melt the cheese.
Don't melt that cheese.
The art's gonna shine. Give me a second helping, please. Delta breeze. This is real life, yeah, my crew gon' shine. Peep the Insta if you wanna see me move online. Join the cypher, maybe kick a few old rhymes. I was 718, but now I'm 209. I'ma keep it smooth, keep it intimate. you groove, get into it. That Puerto Rican dude styles be infinite, and every detail is intricate. Stay cool, cause I got that Delta breeze. That Delta breeze, yeah. I love Stockton, don't care if no one else agrees. No one else agrees, no one else agrees. It ain't nachos if you don't melt the cheese. Don't melt that cheese. The art's gonna shine. Give me a second helping, please. Delta breeze. Word up. Thank you very much. I want to let you know the sanctuary's tough. What?
Fire.
I'm
So we gotta shout a disclaimer. Zepps is definitely like the homie for real, for real. But yeah, that was fucking like, yo, B. Zepps is like I said this before. I think like if you wanted to show somebody like, yo, show me like what a dope rapper is. Like Zepps checks all the boxes. It's like, yeah, this is a dope rapper, yo. Like his delivery is on point, his voice is on point. He rides the beat like the beat is supposed to be written. The only critique I could really have about the whole thing is I think the chorus, like he sings and he has like somebody singing under him for the, I guess the FX. I would have switched that. I would have had the singer singing the thing and have Zepps doing the ad libs. But that might
that's
even
actually a really good point.
I was gonna say I wanted to hear more of that. He sounded good, that dude behind.
right.
And
that
I like the way he
right.
said,
100% right. I
So,
love
like-
this beat too. By the way.
So,
Keep
but
talking.
that might just be like my personal taste. Like I don't know if that would make the song that much better. Like if somebody says it, if somebody was like, "Yo, I like it the other way," I'd be like, "You bet." All right, cool. But it's a solid song. It's a very super solid
It's a
song.
solid song, and you can't really say nothing about like a good hip hop song that, like, honestly, like it almost felt like it was for kids. You know what I'm saying? Like it was good. There was no cursing. It was definitely solid. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like I'm not a fan of those kind of beats. You know what I'm saying? Like those like cool kind of electric
Right.
piano, jazzy kind of joints. Like that ain't really my preference. But
Right.
Zepps is definitely always fucking solid with everything he does, and he gets his point across. And you know what I'm saying? Always has an amazing delivery. Always
Right,
has a
like-
great flow.
Like I don't think that would ever be like my favorite song, but if it was like a song inside of a playlist, I would be like, oh yeah, this is the joint. Like this is a joint.
Yeah.
Right? You know
And
what I'm
Dama, I think you were right about the third verse. I think it should have cut it to 2, and I think it would have made a better impact. Though.
saying? I agree with that as well.
Yeah, third verses are like too much nowadays. Like in order for me to honestly, even second verse, like verse chorus is a structure I'm super over. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard for me to even listen to songs that are like that unless they're completely different in flow, maybe something different in the beat, maybe you add a melody. Like it has to change up, like going from like rapping verse to singing chorus, then back to rapping verse, and then back again.
Unless something's happening that like keeps your attention, because like not for nothing, everybody knows it. Attention spans are shorter these days, right? So like if you look at a Kendrick Lamar, like Kendrick, like something different happens in the verse every 8 bars. Like every 8
Yeah.
bars, he either changes the way he's rapping, the effect on his voice, or the flow pattern or whatever. Very rarely does an artist nowadays keep the same flow for all 16 bars chorus and do that same flow again on the second verse. And it's not just you say you shouldn't, not to say that they're like, oh, don't do that. But keep in mind, like people today are trained to like tune out. So like
Tune out, yeah, you need to be
right.
like refreshed, you know, like Kendrick is a great example of that because he'll
Yeah.
add different voices, slow shit down, pitch
Right.
it around, do all types of shit like that. Keeps the attention for real. It's definitely necessary.
But shout out to Zepps.
Shout out to
Who we got in this?
Gotcha.
So I had to dig in the
Yeah, I got you, Dama. I'm going
in the
through all of them.
fucking Facebook group Underground Hip Hop to see what they talking about.
I mean, whatever.
Here we are.
Maybe we should. Oh, I don't even know if we could. But I was gonna say maybe we should react to that Eminem fucking new joint. But we might get copyrighted on Twitch.
We getting it regardless.
Blank check, y'all. Fat G life. Life is underground. Keep printing money out that US Mint.
Oh, he dead ass.
That piece is cold as fuck.
And that was Hawaiian pizza. I'm about to turn this off.
I fucks with Hawaiian pizza, fam.
Never such thing as a free lunch. You see the rich diplomats out there smoking on the Dutch. Politicians getting vicious like a cobra. We in so much debt, it's like nice to fucking know ya. China on the debt poster, wheel them like half of like 25 trillion. Need to pay back to thrive. Freedom's always at a cost. Paying bills and always dealing with a fucking boss. But yo, for a check, not a five, but the government is blank like a fresh slate on a new date. Still no fates. There's no justification. It's just going across the nation like an epidemic. Cats getting angry with the static.
I was trying not to say it. Yo. I was trying not to say it.
Yeah. First of all, listen.
What's homeboy's name?
What's his name? Hold on. His name is Blank Check Fat G featuring. I guess the name of the joint. His name is Fat G. The name of the joint is Blank Check.
There was a couple of things along the way that I was tolerating, but once he said, what he say in the nation,
the fucking fake diamond encrusted microphone was it for me. I was like, what is this, 2001? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, yo. And maybe you a real gangster, right? Maybe that is your life in Salt Lake City or wherever you from.
It looked like Cali, or that wasn't.
It was a sign that said SLCC. So I was like, Salt Lake City, is that what that is? Like maybe that is you, right? But if that's you, you gotta do more to make me believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then also the video is like, what are all these effects for? It's like things were being highlighted.
It seemed like his boy that just learned how to do effects on editing was like, yo, let me do you a video and let me fucking, because he put like an outline around the watch, but it wasn't even like nothing special. It was just like, here's the watch.
There was an outline around a poker chip. Yeah, right. It was like, these are poker chips. And then on top of that, it was like, it was shaking like a video, like it was a VHS tape. And I'm like, why? You know, like, are we supposed to think this is like footage from something? It's like you just put in effects for the sake of effects, and that's cool, I guess. But like nothing else in this video is that random. Like you guys are at a poker game, and yo, rappers, there's more things you can do at a poker game. Smoking cigars, come on, fam. Like,
I feel like I've done that myself like 3 times before 2013.
Don't do it. Nobody do it again. Nobody do it again.
Yeah, nobody do it again. Like I feel like if there's anything that I can take from Eminem that I actually do replay all the time, it's the video he made when he was in the room with Alchemist.
Right. He's like, if you're lyrical, it cannot be a miracle.
Not be a miracle.
Not be a miracle.
If you got a backpack, you can't have a knapsack.
Right.
Like he was just going over like if I murdered you, it can't be because I never heard of you.
Right.
Like it's like certain things that have been said 5,000 times, just stop. So he was saying a bunch of those. He had some like E40 style in a little part of a verse, but it felt unintentional. It felt like he just couldn't fit the words that he was trying to fit. So he doesn't have a full mastery of his flow. Right, it's like you know, like, the voice. I feel like he doesn't have his voice yet. Like the voice that rappers put on. Like what somebody taught me once that was very valuable to me as a rapper was like, don't try to steer too far away from how you talk. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we get on the mic, it's like, yo, I fucking have a different voice now. It's like you don't have to do it. Like keep your voice. You know what I'm saying? He's doing something weird.
Because like, especially if your aesthetic is supposed to be like real, right? Like you're supposed to be a gangster. You're trying to be like a gangster. It's like, fam, it has to be believable. Like, you know, like you motherfuckers don't even look like you actually playing poker. You look like it looks like a music video.
There's nothing about his persona that made me think that he was a gangster. It made me feel like he was trying to like say like I'm a rapper, so let me do things like, you know what I'm saying? But he definitely looks like he 110% works a 9-to-5 and has a completely regular life and like put on a bandana for a music video. He does not look like he like puts in no work in the street at all.
And then also on top of that, the music was not compelling enough for me to continue. Like I don't remember a damn word you said.
I already forgot everything about this. Let's keep it moving.
There was a period of like 3 bars I didn't understand him at all.
Yo,
I would never. I would never be a fan of that type of flow.
I don't
and
know if I heard anything he said through the whole
listening to that
thing.
shit.
I was just staring at that fucking diamond encrusted microphone, being like, "Yo, what?" Like nobody was like, "Nah."
What fucking party city did you get that from, bro? Like you're
Also,
bugging,
like,
bro.
yeah, what rapper cosplay was that a part of? Also, like, are you a gangster or a rapper? Like, you know, if you a gangster, have a diamond encrusted gun. Like, why you got a diamond encrusted microphone if you a gangster? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you a rapper, then fucking rap.
He honestly looks like he's a garbage man, and I would have liked this video better if he would have shot it on the truck.
Yo, that would be lit if motherfuckers was
I
rapping off
love
the back
like
of a garbage
there's
truck.
a couple of people that have already done it. Nems, Drake, a couple of people have done the garbage truck video, and I would love to see more.
But you're right. It's not because it hasn't been done to the point where it's like cliche or hacky, you know?
Yeah,
like,
plumber.
A bunch of rappers sitting at a poker table, like that's been done. Like you're not gonna do it better than the best person who did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me a rap video where you're skating around an ice rink. You know what I'm saying? That would be crazy. Like,
ooh, that's actually dope.
Right?
That's
Yo,
dope.
do some.
You know,
that's
like
really dope. Bax, next video idea. There you go, bro.
How about break my neck?
There's so many creative videos nowadays. Like I would love to play one that I actually like, that I know that's like something very fucking unique that opened my mind as far as like videos and shit like that, because it's different as fuck. Like there's just so many ways of doing shit.
Homeboy Sandman just had a video called Free Dolo for his song Don't Look Down. It was like a mock documentary of Free Solo. If you don't know Free Solo, it's this motherfucker who climbs with his bare hands like rocks and shit. The song is about him going up to his roof and walking the edges of the roof. And he says he does that to conquer his fear. He's like, yo, if I could do this, what else could I be afraid of in life? Like if I could walk the edges of the roof, I'm not gonna be afraid to like talk to a girl or like go for something I don't want to go for. And then at the end of the video, he jumps from one roof to the other roof. But he frames it as like like a fake documentary, like the Free Solo documentary. And I'm definitely not saying that that's what rappers should do. Definitely do not be jumping off of roofs because Baxter said that was a cool video. Don't do that. However, though, it's some shit that has never been done before. It's a unique video. Think of some other shit that's never been done before and do that.
Just
other
weird.
Shit.
There's so many, like, authenticity is so fucking important. And like I said before, a lot of people mistake authenticity for like an oversharing of honesty. Like, let me not talk about nothing interesting and talk about my boring ass life. It's like, no, authenticity is your feelings, your thoughts, the conversations that you have. Like,
it's real emotion.
You think about.
It's real emotion. Authenticity just means that it's an emotion that other people can relate to. It's some shit that's real. Like, yo, fucking when Simba was, when Mufasa died, we felt that shit because that feeling of loss is authentic. It's a cartoon lion. It didn't really happen, but you felt it because loss is an authentic feeling. And that situation, that scenario is presented in an authentic way, even in the fantasy world of a cartoon. That's what you're reaching for, yo. That's a facts from Bax. Word.
I gave that video a dislike.
Yo, Lucky Ramon.
Used
and twisted. I'm gonna say this. Usually when I feel this way about a name, the video sometimes is mad fire.
Lucky Ramon. This is the 5,000th version of this beat that I've heard.
Those black Air Forces? Those are black Air Forces. Somebody just got murdered already.
For sure.
Yeah, it's time to try something new. Solid life 1 + 2. I don't need nobody come through. I'll be long cool and what's new. Yeah, you give me money, that's cool.
I'm with you, Dama, but we gotta let more go.
Hey, yo, no, I'm not even mad. I just need to acknowledge the fact that you said something like 1 + 2. That's 3.
I'm with you 100%.
Keep it going.
I was like logged for the conversation. Let's do it.
Got your bitch in my crib and I'm all in the rib and he think he that nigga a fool. Man, you wasn't that nigga in school. And these niggas be claiming they leaders, but they can't be that they paying for followers. And I know that your bitch, you can keep her. But I might call her back, she a swallower. And I would not say shit, I'ma zip it. And I would not pay shit, I'm too different. I be working, accomplishing missions. Hit up churches for bombers and biscuits. Yeah, I see myself when I see my son. Sometimes I cry when I hug him. Cause he the same age when my people left me. You know I'ma show him I love him. My life was too fucked up to repeat. If I don't get it right, I'm in trouble. You only get one life, no double. When you woke, you don't run for no cover. They be like, out the gate, I know lucky. That's a nigga be hanging with Wooney. Might remind you of Rebby and Boosie. Now it seem like we Jeezy and Gucci. You know I be ducked out like a Thule, but I still will pop out like a booby. And this life is too real for a movie. Make the winners look like we the losers. They done made you believe you can't win it. You may think that you're not, but you win it. And this life is not giving no screaming.
You can stop it. I'm gonna tell you right now, yo. What's his name? Lucky Ramone. Lucky Ramone. Pay for a ghostwriter. You like your voice lit. Even
image is good. Video is
lit.
good.
Even what you have done with like you this is like an iPhone inside of your apartment type shit. The video you put together better than some other shit that we've seen, right? Lit. Your bars not lit. I'm gonna pop out like a booby.
And then it's because this life is a movie, and something about follower swallower.
Right,
like,
right.
There was no like search for anything other than us. Like 1 + 1 is 2, red and white and blue. Like there was no search for the fucking any other thing that made rhyme.
Right.
It was the most basic rhymes over the most basic beat. There was
basic.
nothing different about it. And the least different thing about it is the fact that he said, I'm different like everybody motherfucking else.
Everybody's different, fam. I don't know if you heard the motherfuckers rap. But
it's so frustrating to me because these are the kind of rappers that make me think that you just want to rap to get money. And you don't really care about the craft. You know what I'm saying?
But on some realness, like your voice is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you sound perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? The flow is on point.
He got like the same tone as the baby. You know what I'm saying? So
right. It's like, yo,
like,
if what he was rapping about was any kind of clever, I would have been like, this is fire. This is fire. Like if you have bars at all, out of it. And now you don't even have to have bars like lyrical bars, because motherfuckers that rap that style don't really always have lyrical bars, but they got that witty shit, that clever shit.
Yeah, something clever, yeah.
Right. They'll say something that is like, oh, that was slick. It's slick. Some slick shit. But the shit you're saying is so one-dimensional, B. It's so one-dimensional.
It reminds me of like that song that they play at like that industry listening party where everybody that's there is like somebody that is A&Ring or publicizing or whatever this project, and like everybody sitting around the Quad Studios on their phones going like this.
Right, because they were just
and like videotaping that we with the bro and we're killing the game and shit, and it's like mad basic. Like I've been in that situation.
It's also like the song It's also like the song that play like you watching a movie and you know they're not gonna spring for an actual like rap song from a fucking label signed rapper. So some like rap song comes on in the background and it's like, oh, that sounds good. It's like that song.
Yeah.
And that type of beat, I'm definitely not a fan of those.
I'm so over those beats.
Those pianos with the fast do do doom doom doom, and they change like little keys.
Yeah,
not a fan at all.
Yeah, but again, I think I legit feel if you hire ghostwriters, if you pay for ghostwriters, it would probably take your career to whatever next level is for you.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
All right.
Yep.
This doesn't look like a video. Doesn't look like a video though. It looks like an image probably.
I mean, fuck it. Let's go for it anyway.
Okay.
Just cause it shines don't mean it's a treasure. I spit facts, it's my pleasure. I go against the grain, ain't no yes. I go against the grain, ain't no yes. I'm a one-man army, leader of my pack. I stand alone, I got my own back. I never fall back, I attack. Where the bodies at in the back? Where the bodies at in the two loaded guns? Right now, I ain't thinking right. Right now, I could take a life. Right now, you could lose your life. Be smart, I'm in that. Focus, never sidetrack. Smoking out the loud bag. Eyes low, but I see clear. Well prepared, confident, no fear. I'm a one-man
That's
army,
bad.
leader of my pack. I stand alone, I got my own back. I never fall back, I attack. Where the bodies at in the back. My flow is impeccable. My style is incredible. Every beat is edible. Smoking on that medical. On my albums, collectibles. I keep the club jumping like a festival. I got your girl on my testicle. I am unforgettable.
All right, you can stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh,
Wait,
Switch
play
the
it.
flow.
I invested in some black art. We all want a fresh start. But button don't exist. Baggage is a motherfucker, baggage is a bitch. Baggage is a motherfucker, baggage is a bitch. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's why I never fall back.
all right, now you can stop it.
You can stop it.
Okay, so I'll tell you that this is probably my favorite one out of all the tracks we played musically. Ivy said it doesn't take itself too seriously. I agree. This artist seems like the lit friend that's like in the freestyle cipher and definitely hitting every pocket. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? But like not saying nothing too crazy. Like we ain't about saying that. It sounds like he recorded that shit like through a fucking dill pickle. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what the fuck that shit sounded crazy.
A
But at the same
plastic
time, it added-
microphone?
that shit sounded crazy as fuck, but it also added to the vibe a little bit. It got a little boring, but maybe if it was clearer with more shit going on, I could have gotten past that too. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like a cool Cali vibe, like we riding somewhere, like very like, hey,
There, I
okay.
agree that there's something there. Like I don't know exactly. For once, I don't know what to tell you to do to like make it a little bit better. But like, there's something about this that is enjoyable. But it's also like the thing about it that's enjoyable is the thing about it that's not enjoyable for me. Right? It's like you whispering the whole thing, and I'm like, I like the vibe of it. It's like the last dude, you're not really saying anything like three-dimensional. However, though, you have a style and a delivery that's so unique and refreshing that's like the character of what you're saying comes through, right? So it's like I'm fucking with the character of what you're saying. However, but it's like maybe it needs to be mixed different. Maybe your vocals need to be brought higher. Like you doing the Young Jeezy whisper shit, but you too whispery. Like you too far away from me, you know? And then also your ad-libs are wilding out. So like you're like, man, we're in the Mac, and your ad was like, that's me. And it's like I'm having to strain too hard to go back and forth to hear you and your ad-libs. I'm like, and it's like it's an easy listening track. It's a track I'm supposed to just put on and vibe out to, but I can't vibe out to it because I'm trying too hard to hear you and to hear you. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, it sounded like he recorded that shit on the train.
Right. Sound like you recorded that shit on voice notes. But there's something there, fam. So if you could refine the audio aspect of it, if you could get that same shit sounding better, I'd listen to it. I'd fuck with it.
That was probably my favorite vibe out of all of these.
Definitely a fan of the melody. Yeah,
but
definitely a fan of the melody.
Also, rule number one: if anybody ever asks where the body's at, don't tell them where the body's at in the back. Like, no,
where the body's at in the back. Ooh.
But that's honestly some shit like that. That melody type of shit we've done like freestyle shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
100%.
It's cool. There's definitely an entertainment there.
Of course, I agree.
Greg McKnight Jr. Now, when I read this, I'm like,
you're gonna sing some shit.
McKnight Senior. Is it Brian McKnight?
Right. Greg McKnight.
But he wouldn't be a junior.
Right.
It's like you hungry. You reached your level. You don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers.
Greg, you sound like Tupac.
With them, with civil rights movement. We was asking. Now those
you
people that
pause.
were
Pause.
Just Greg.
Pause.
So now what do you think?
Pause. How dare you have Tupac sampled on your record? And then what did it say? The world against me instead of me against the world? Like, are you being clever? Are you being funny style? All right, you can let it go.
Yeah.
We're gonna do. And we shouldn't be angry. And my raps that I'm rapping to my community shouldn't be filled with rage. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be filled with the same atrocities that they gave to me. In the media, they don't talk about it.
It's the world against me.
I got nothing to prove, it's the world against me. It's the world against me. That's on me. It's the world against me.
I'm giving this one enemy and one enemy. That's
It's
it.
the world against
Facts.
me. I got nothing to prove, it's the world against me.
First the government put crack inside the hoods. That's how they make crack, baby. Now it's rest in power to Tamir Rice getting killed by the cops. That's that generational gap, baby. I became my own judge. No resistance, my attack, right? Just know that I got your back, right? By bet. Give me my space though, this game would be so cutthroat. The same time, the same game, they need to maintain the sanity inside their membrane. We did not
Stop
come up
it.
the same way. I prayed for
Stop it.
Son, not everything that has a relevant concept of today and struggle, it means it's good.
Oh,
like that
God.
shit is that. First of all, land 1 4-bar flow.
Right.
Land it, cause I'm waiting and it's giving me anxiety.
I felt like watching like somebody who is drunk who's about to fall over but never does. You know?
Right.
It's like, yo, B, are you know what I'm saying? Also, yo, you can't lean that heavy into Tupac. Have this fucking fake ass Dre beat. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then like you switching up it's the world
your
against
flow
me,
is too
instead of
much
me against the
E40.
world. It's like, nah, man. This is like a cartoon that's not a cartoon. You know,
You could
And-
tell he's one of them old school dudes that's like, I didn't want to have to do it to you young bloods, but you know what? Y'all ain't talking about shit these days, so I'm about to bring it back to the old school. And it's like, yo, son, no, bro, like leave that to your son or somebody. Like,
And you know what? He probably is mad positive. He's probably like a fucking doing mad work in the community. He probably organizes. It's probably like really about that shit. And also,
For
if you
real.
are, sir, salute to you. Put the microphone down, though. Like
yeah,
that is like what you were doing is not dope. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to be like mean because that's not me at all. But for real though, like that is not dope. Like
Yeah.
the Tupac assimilation, not dope. Anything you said verse wise, not dope. The video, the cut of the video, not dope. The whole
the
shit is
fact
just
that you
not
had Instagram story videos with the regular screen with the long way,
Yo,
and
B.
then switch it to the widescreen. I'm like, yo, you trying to make a new changes where you got like footage and shit like that? Yo, you bugging? Like,
And yo, and like
No.
I hate it when motherfuckers take protest footage and put it in a music video, like for real. Like I have a real
Yeah.
big feeling about that because it's like that's not what that's for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you out there protesting in the streets and shit like that, don't take that footage and make it into a music video. I mean, unless like that music video is somehow gonna like impact the whole shit, right? Because like
right.
it feels so fake to me. It feels so like phony.
It feels like you only went to the protest so you
to
could
get
footage
footage.
for your video.
Right. You know, and the footage ain't even of you. It's of other people. Like, did they sign off on that? You know?
Right.
And I feel some sort of, because like I know people, I know artists who organize and protest, and even they don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, people that have coof don't do things like that. It's the same
Right.
way as like videotaping yourself giving $5 to a homeless person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo,
it's like that kind of like it's that same feeling. You know, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was YG or somebody that like a bigger
word.
rapper that
word.
shot their music video at a protest, and it's like on one end, it's like, yeah, you're bringing light to it. Like you could spin it like you're bringing light to a situation, but the situation is kind of lit up. Like I feel like you're kind of using this momentum of a protest to get
Right.
yourself a music video that fits with the momentum of your, you know what I'm saying, current.
Right, like what benefits more, your song because of this thing, because of this footage, or the movement? And it's never the movement. It's like your video is not benefiting the movement. Like the movement is benefiting your song, and that's whack.
Yeah, and the wackest thing of this all remains that he couldn't fucking land a fucking rhyme. Like
Yeah,
you can't land a rhyme
Yeah,
on
you
the
damn
floor.
right it's the world against you when you rapping like that.
Yo, I'm part of that
Rapping
world,
like
and I'm against you. Sorry.
Facts. If you stopped rapping like that, we wouldn't be against you, fam.
For real, the
You know what
world
I'm
is like,
saying?
yo, son, I ain't have no problem. Like, I have no problems with Son until he started rapping. Like then I had
The
to
world
go
is like, yo, we
against
feel threatened.
him.
Yo, this is a protest right now against you rapping. Please
The
stop.
world is protecting himself, just fucking going
This might be
against
the, yo,
whatever
Dom,
that
this
is.
might be the first time we get like beef, and it's gonna be like with the most positive rapper that's ever been.
For real. But then we'll get our DMs about how much good he does, and it's like, yo, that's what's up.
Bet,
That's
like,
what's up.
yes, you know, the word.
That's
Shout
what's
out
up.
to
doing
him.
that. Keep doing that.
Right.
Keep
Not
doing
rap.
that. Why don't you
And not
focus
rap.
more energy on that and less on being
On
in the
the
studio?
raps.
Because like,
Or get a ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? Like I know
a ghost
people.
flower.
I
'Cause it's like
mean,
if you can't.
What do you
let-
mean?
like,
You just need
if-
somebody else to do that beat entirely. That's it.
right.
Yeah,
Get a
like-
ghost writer, a ghost rapper. You know what I'm saying?
and just be ghost. Be ghost.
Be
Out of
ghost,
the
be gone.
situation. Like,
That
Yeah.
video-
son, like, because it's like this is the thing, and like, listen, I know I'm not the fucking, you know what I'm saying, thing on all that is good rapping, but it's like, do you not hear yourself not landing on the fucking thing? Like
Yo,
on
word.
the 4-bar beat.
You have to
like, do you
question.
not hear yourself?
You have to question if this person even knows what good rapping sounds like. Right.
Right.
Like, can you not recognize that what you're doing does not sound like what you think is good? Right. If you
like,
think,
do you listen to this after listening to like, I'm not even gonna say Nas. I'll say like Be Real. I don't know.
Chingy,
Fucking
like you listen to Chingy and then you listen to you rapping.
Silk the Shocker. Like, do you listen to any of these
Capadonna.
rappers?
Anybody.
Like,
and just feel like, yeah, I'm doing something
Right.
that could be considered this. Like, nah, bro.
right, like if somebody came to you and was like, yo, we got a spot for you to open up for Jay-Z, you would feel completely comfortable taking what you do, going in front of other people who paid their hard-earned money to see good hip-hop and performing that in front of them. You would have clear conscious. You would do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't trust you. I can't trust you at all, fam.
You have no, like, I would never ask you for advice because you have no concept of right and wrong.
You do not. You like I'm
You can-
I'm skeptical about you working with the movement. Like, where's your moral compass,
No,
fam?
Exactly. Like, you look
Yo,
like
he
you'll
went from
siphon
being
funds
he
and
went
not
from
know
being
that
this
by
good person
accident.
that does community service to be I can't trust you.
He's like, nah, I'm not sending my money to your organization. You gonna spend it on a rap video.
Oh, for real.
Yo, can I tell you something? This is a sidebar. Yo, I do worry that like sometime we're gonna get like too rough on somebody and then we're gonna get into like some internet beef. But I will say, heaven help whoever like would come at like me and Dama and allow us to dig more at them on this program. If there's one thing that I feel like we're both exceptional at is like making fun of a motherfucker. So please.
They're really lucky in this world that we're not on full roast magnitude all the time. Like,
fam.
we genuinely care about hurting people's feelings in
Right.
general. So we're not on full like, we've apologized to people on the internet before.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Like,
And like
it
this
happens.
But the thing, this is us making fun of this guy after having just seen his video just now. Imagine if we had a week to come up with what we want to talk about.
My dude, I would get on your profile pictures because I'd be like, you're
Fam, we would-
lying. After
we would
seeing that
find you.
video, the context of seeing that video will make me, it's gonna make me look at everything you got online
that you
as,
ever
like,
done in your
suck.
life, fam.
Right.
Anyway, but that's not us.
That's not your daughter's christening.
That's your daughter, fam? I don't trust no. Anyway, that's not us though. That's not what we're here for. Destructive criticism, even though it's called destructive criticism, is literally to make shit better. And it's like, you know, if I felt there was something I could tell you to make what you did better, I would say that. But I honestly, when I'm saying like that is bad, it's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
That video got a
The video quality is pretty good. Shout out to whoever shot the shit. But nah. All right, we got anything else?
Yeah.
Oh.
That video got a dislike also.
It's like when you're eating assortments of sushis and you get a really weird one and then you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to eat more sushi now.
Yeah, and this is the first time they both see anything, so we're not like pre-planned. And I'm bringing this up after checking.
Hold up. So usually, I feel like usually when I make fun of somebody's name, they turn out to be dope. But it's like action, but with an N, like Noction.
Yo, I swear I read that shit like Noction.
Maybe
produced by
you'll say it during the
Entity
and Titty
All right, let's see what happens.
and Tidy. Yo, y'all just making our lives difficult with this.
He looks like Brett Kushner.
Last night, there was up to 50 youths gathered in this particular area when police were called around 8 o'clock.
First things first, a few words about where I'm from.
In Adelaide South.
Sleepy little town, you can tell something wrong.
It's a scary proposition.
Not a place to visit, listen to this song.
Articulate
and let me hear what's going on now. Trying to make bank, bodies involved. Trying to buy dank, robbing's a cult. When you buy meth, there's domestic assault. And when the guy left, it will never be solved. In the midst of a missing person's case, they never got searched for. Bliss is the ignorance that we yearn for. Wish life was worth more. See in this place, death no sin. And you're only as deep as the depth they put you in. All these dead beats here, they're my next to kin. And their hearts don't pump when their pulse so thin. Cause something very different where I'm from. You can't come. Outsiders, they ain't welcome. They get done. Something very different.
Yo, one of these three is dope. I don't know who it is.
I don't think anybody else is rapping besides him.
These sights will blind you. Better men have tried and died to sever friends and ties. You'll get lied to. They gon' fry you and hang you out to dry if you try to be dangerous. They gon' try to take you on a boot ride if you gon' hang with us.
Yeah, this guy looks like a fucking hot mess. Like he looks
The recording
really
is
bad.
terrible. The recording is terrible.
Is he in the driver's seat or is this like in?
He's a fucking hot mess.
Thinking crime, it's in time, it's an arm, it's an arm, it's an arm.
I already have a collective opinion.
Hold up, what?
He looks like one of my boys' drunk Russian uncles.
Yo, you
For
can
real.
we can stop it there. Can I tell you something that like there's a part of me that fucks with this hard body. You know what I'm saying? Like the vibe of it. If I would have just heard it and not seen it, I'd have been like, okay, the chorus is a little basura. A little basura. Like you could like fuck with that and like turn it into something, but like there's whatever. But like seeing him and he looked like Hank Hill on a Molly or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, fam, you gotta change the image. But and like his flow is better than the last guy. You know what I'm saying?
His flow was in the pocket.
Right.
He knew where to land the rhyme, and that I appreciate immediately.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing. You first of all, I don't know where you're from because I didn't see not a sign anywhere. And the only person that was wearing a jersey with a city on it is the guy that was wearing Brooklyn. So you obviously don't really fuck with where you from like that if you're repping my shit. And I can tell that you ain't from there. Like,
we don't know where you are from.
He might be
like
some
it
drunk.
sounds like Australia or some shit.
Oh yeah, he definitely had a Aussie or a Kiwi accent, yo.
Yeah, and it was like honestly, his flow was in the pocket and his energy was crazy.
Yo.
And like he is another one of those guys at the party that's twisted.
I believe, yeah,
freestyling,
right.
Maintaining it.
I believe that he is a degenerate in real life. The song makes me feel like he's a degenerate. So I was vibing with that. And it's like, yo, if he would have came up at an open mic, even wearing that outfit and rapped like that, I'd have fucking wild out on stage with him.
Wild out.
Like,
I would have been in the audience wilding, spilling fucking drinks and shit. Like for sure. That shit was live.
Right. So if I'm gonna
his boys wasn't even ready for that energy. His boys was like, yo, bro, you can't drive my car like this. Like you're fucking sweating.
His boys were there just to make sure the car didn't get fucked up. They were like, it's a rental, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but I still can't get over the fact that it's called Where I'm From, but the only fucking place we see in there is the Brooklyn jersey. Like, come on, bro.
Like, where are you from? Yeah.
And they didn't really tell us nothing about where he's from, except that it's like, yo, it's dangerous where I'm from. Like, don't come around here where I'm from.
It's like, don't worry, we won't. But all in all, if I gotta critique anything about that, is like, yo, change your image, fam. Like you look like a motherfucker just had a camera and was like, yo, who could rap? Who could rap here?
He looked like he was blackout drunk, which I would say don't change your image if you are intending to be a hot mess and really be on that.
Look,
like, yo,
I agree.
I'm a fucking degenerate. Like,
I agree,
really
but you
good?
can't look like somebody's uncle and like, you know, nobody wants to hang out with their messy uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like,
he looks like he looks like he's at the point of the night, you know, when you're so fucking twisted that you're standing there just trying to shake the blow up to your nose, and one eye is like over here and the other
I do
one's
not
over
know
here.
that point of the night. Tom, I'm sorry.
You're just like sitting there having a conversation, and you're just you can't even get the blow to your nose because your eyeballs is fucking crooked.
He,
Like,
he
that's
looked like
what
he's
he
at the
looks like.
he looked like he's at the part of the night where his friends got to decide if they're gonna leave him or not. You know what I'm saying? Where your friends are like, "Yo, is this gonna be the rest of my night or not?"
Everybody's reminded of all the other nights where they didn't leave you and then all ended up in jail or some shit like that. Like, yo, you're gonna get us fucked up. Like,
Right.
we might have to part ways. Let you learn your
Facts,
lesson,
right?
you piece of
Yeah,
shit.
you're right. Text me in the morning when you fucking
Like,
wake
yo,
up.
fucking
Gutter.
Noshkosh or whatever the fucking, yo, bro, you just got your 30-day clean chip. Like, yo,
Right.
in these streets,
It's like I'm gonna take your phone because you're gonna lose it tonight.
yeah.
um yeah, but that was enjoyable. If he had more music, I would listen to it. But
Yeah, that was enjoyable for sure. And I like that fucking wacky ass hook that was mad off key and shit.
Yo, right.
Especially when it went. I remember it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that I remember it and still think about it is
it's like if King of the Hill was directed by Tim Burton somehow. Okay, let's you know what I'm saying?
You guys want
his
to
boy
react
was
to
like
the,
Boomhauer and shit.
You want to react to the Eminem video? You want to wrap it up?
Wait,
I
play
haven't
that
seen it
last one that I put in the thing. I think gotta scroll up a little
the
bit.
Shakewell one? Yeah.
Shakewell, yeah. I love this.
Fuck
I
the
love
Eminem
this
video. Eminem fans have already come to their conclusion on Eminem. They don't need us to destructive criticism.
I couldn't believe that guy walked into that party and was like, "Did you guys hear the new Eminem?"
Did you guys hear the new Eminem?
I haven't heard that shit yet. I just want to.
It's like people like that because they already know. They come on like the defense. They already know we're about to shit on it, so they come like, "No, it's a lot better than the last one." It's like, all right, bro.
It's like, yo, have you
for
heard?
it.
It's like, no, but have you heard the old Eminem?
Yeah. Have you heard Slim Shady in 2000?
Okay. Oh wait, I think you showed me this already, Dama.
Yeah.
Let's watch it though.
Twin Glock, bitch, you ain't a thug, you ain't a jam pop. Red dot, I'ma keep on stomping till it's neck pop. Feds walk, I can't be caught slipping, so the feds hot. Red drop, I quit popping sticks, so sipping red drop. Twin Glock, bitch, you ain't a thug, you ain't a jam pop. Red dot, I'ma keep on stomping till it's neck pop. Feds walk, I can't be caught slipping, so the feds hot. Red drop, I quit popping sticks, so sipping red drop. AR pistol, I love how a whole block clips. Ass shot, let that thotty twerk, bitch, we can't lock lip. First thing first, I'm a trapper, rapping con second. Bitch, you better go and get your first, I'm busting any second. Leg lock, I'ma throw little shorty in the leg lock. Headshot, ain't got cash on deck, I'm throwing headshot. Bread rock, millies in the dirt, I think I'm mail chop. Oh, keep a Glock 4, oh, 10 milli big hole. Free my Uncle Ricardo, gave him 6 in Mexico. He gon' keep his chin up, got be watching on his soul. Mason out in Texas, doing 5 for trapping bows. I'm still about my paper, who got work for the load. Got more perks than the stove, got more drink than the dock. Used to sip a cut, I'm mixing tech with a rock. You claim you was gang, but why you acting like a cop? If I see the paperwork, then I'm gon' put 2 in your 9 Glock. Bitch, you ain't a thug, you ain't in jam pop. Red dot, I'ma keep on stomping till it's neck pop. Feds walk, I can't be caught slipping, so the feds hot. Red drop, I quit popping sticks, so sipping red drop. Twin Glock, bitch, you ain't a thug, you ain't in jam pop. Red dot, I'ma keep on stomping till it's neck pop. Feds walk, I can't be caught slipping, so the feds hot. Red drop, I quit popping sticks, so sipping red drop.
Yeah, this is fire.
I love this shit.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, like the video is, you've never seen a video like that before. The video fits the music. He's rapping. The fucking chorus is mad catchy. Chorus is so catchy, you don't even really remember the verses, yo. It's like just a red the leg lock, you know? Yeah.
I love that shit. So it's so different. And it, like, this is what I mean when I'm talking about authenticity, right? Because you're watching that video and you're like, I get an idea of who this guy is. He has a sense of humor. He's able to be funny without smiling or laughing.
He's a little weird.
He's a little weird. He comes from a weird place where there's some weird looking people, Probably somewhere in Texas, judging by like the whole michelada, mango with the tajin and all of that. Like it looks like a weird like East Texas kind of situation, and
Yeah.
it's like it's fire. Like
It's
he's
fire.
crying with a tear. He got his uncle in the jail who looks like he's wearing a mask. Like his face
Yo,
looks
the
crazy.
scene where he opened the Venetian blinds and he's like staring out like a weirdo and the kids are like looking back
Yeah,
at him. It's like, yo, it's just mad cinematic. It's just dope.
yeah.
My criticism of that is continue doing whatever the fuck you're doing because that shit is dope.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
I
kind of
liked
shit
it.
I
I
fuck with.
enjoyed
And
that.
it's like, this is what I mean when it's like, yo, you could be authentic and be unique and not do none of the single things that's ever been done in
Yo,
videos before. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
better
Like
when you
playing
don't.
poker or riding out of a car or some shit like that. Like
Right.
go left field, bro. This guy's watering plants and fucking drinking a 7-Up. Like what the fuck?
Right. Like, yo, listen to your music and try to think of like what that makes you feel like and do that, yo. Cause like also the
Mhm.
shit just fit the song. Like that video fit that song so perfect. But
Yeah.
this is I think it's time to wrap up this episode. Aight So Boom.
Yep.
How do we usually wrap these motherfuckers up? Do we say something or
And that was Aight So Boom.
Da-da-da-da-da. Now this has been Aight So Boom. We do this Mondays at 9:30 sporadically. Let's decide. Let's do it again, not next Monday, but the next Monday after
We
that.
doing a little one this
Oh,
Sunday. We doing
facts.
for the potluck, so
Yes.
tune in for that for the EOW potluck. That's
Tune in
going on
Sunday.
like 7 to 12 or something like that.
Right, yeah. AOW Pilot will be doing a little Aight So Boom. We'll also do another one Monday. Is it January? It gotta be January. We only
Yeah,
like
it's gonna be into the new year. That's when we're gonna talk about how different we feel and how everything is over and how like now that 2020 is over, like we're rich
the
and
virus is
virus
gone.
is gone. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like we got a president, but it's not neither one of the candidates. It's like some
Right.
other
It's a
guy
new
that like
president that
it's
we didn't even know about. It's like
it's like, yo, guys, just kidding. Like
right, yeah.
it's
Dwayne Johnson's the
2021.
president
Like
now.
it's a
Yeah.
whole new thing. Like, it'll be
Yeah.
like Andrew Yang or some shit. Like, yo, you guys are all getting 6 G's.
Not even.
What are you talking about?
It'll be like somebody mad lovable is like, yo, Snoop Dogg's the president somehow.
Yo, Snoop Dogg's the president. All of a sudden, like our bank accounts and credit scores have just all reset to
Right.
like 10,850.
He's like everybody's getting $12,000 and a blunt. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
fair.
Wow.
But yo, thank you for watching Aight So Boom. Thank you for all the artists who were brave enough to submit their work to us. Shout out to So's holding us down as always. I'm Baxter Wordsworth.
And I'm Dama Niels.
And don't be whack.
And don't be whack. Facts.
Peace. James, whenever you're ready, you could cut the stream.